staying informed about the latest trends and tech is crucial for your business success.
One of the biggest challenges we have right now is that there's so much fragmentation in the digital media world.
A recent study showed that about 53.6% of small businesses in Canada reported lower revenues in 2021 compared to 2019.
Some of the hot topics that you need to be aware of is obviously TikTok.
In the dynamic world of digital marketing, small businesses are the backbone of Canada's economy, contributing an impressive 37.5% to the country's GDP. Hi everyone, I'm your host Mahina, and today we're joined by Katie, a digital advertising pioneer with over 25 years of experience in media buying and planning. Katie's impressive career spans roles at Cassette Media, Equity Ads, and now Peloton Media. Her always keep learning mindset has driven her success and her team's growth. And as a former co-chair of the IAB Canada Programmatic Committee, Katie has shown her dedication to advancing the field. And under Katie's leadership, Peloton Media has flourished into a robust digital media advertising agency, recently celebrating its 10th anniversary. Without further ado, let's welcome our guest, Katie. Katie, it's a pleasure having you on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Very pleased to have you with us. Now, Katie, let's begin our discussion by opening up some tips for our listeners on how to get ahead in digital advertising, because in today's digital first world, small and medium-sized businesses, they face unique challenges and opportunities in advertising. And a recent study showed that about 53.6% of small businesses in Canada reported lower revenues in 2021 compared to 2019. And this really underscores the critical need for effective digital advertising strategies. So, Katie, given your extensive experience, what are the top 3 tips that you would like to give to SMEs that are looking to maximize their impact in digital advertising, especially considering their budget constraints?
Yeah, I think that's an excellent question. I think tip number 1 is really clearly defining what your campaign objectives are. We have a lot of clients who often say, I want to do awareness as well as drive sales. And sometimes their media budget doesn't support a full funnel strategy. So what we have to do is really focus in and identify what the key priorities are. Mm-hmm. The second tip from that is be able to clearly define what your KPIs are, your key performance measures, your indicators. So an awareness campaign, we might be looking more towards impressions, cost per thousands. For traffic campaigns, it might be clicks, cost per clicks. And then conversions, we're looking at sales and CPA. And it's really important for your agency partner or whomever is executing the campaign to be clear on how you're going to measure success of your campaign so that we set it up properly.
Right.
And then the third tip is obviously don't stretch your budget too thin. There's so many platforms out there. Everybody wants to try them all. But if you're not putting enough media support behind them, you're not going to end up getting good results. So our recommendation is always pick the platforms that are most effective at reaching your target audience, figure out what works well on that platform, and then you're ready to start testing and adding on new ones as your budgets tend to grow.
That's fascinating, Katie. And your insights, they highlight the importance of strategic planning in digital advertising. And now, despite the limited resources, SMEs can significantly impact the market using the right platforms and the right matrix. How can SMEs effectively measure the success of their digital advertising campaigns, mainly if they're new to this field?
Yeah, it goes back to what your campaign objective was and what your KPIs are. So now we have to ensure that we have the right tracking set up on our website in order to measure the campaigns. Using tools, visualization tools like dashboards to be able to get real-time results on how your campaign is performing. And then again, tracking it against what your target goal was to see, are we on pace? And if we're not performing well, we can make changes to the campaign in the middle of the campaign as opposed to waiting to the end of the campaign and finding out it wasn't successful.
Right. Your feedback is essential, especially for SMEs that are navigating the complex world of digital advertising. Now, speaking of evolving digital landscape, let's shift our focus to a rapidly growing area that's capturing the attention of advertisers and consumers alike, which is connected TV or CTV, which is revolutionizing how Canadians consume content and how businesses reach their audiences. So in fact, like CTV viewership, in Canada is projected to grow by an impressive 40.9% in 2025, and this presents a significant opportunity for businesses of pretty much all sizes.
Mhm.
So, Katie, how do you see the evolution of connected TV changing the advertising landscape for Canadian businesses, particularly the SMEs?
I work with a lot of SME clients, and often they haven't been able to afford to have traditional TV or what we call linear TV as part of their media buys.
Mhm.
So CTV has really opened up the door for them. There's a lot more content available now through the CTV networks, and it's become more accessible to smaller advertisers because there's not that need to be able to have to do a huge upfront buy with $1 million in order to secure some of this inventory.
Mhm.
I think it's important to note, though, that there are some differences with how we buy linear TV versus connected TV. Connected TV is really being able to stream content and watch it on a large format TV screen, whereas linear TV is very program specific. You might be watching a scheduled program on a specific channel at a certain time.
Right.
So a great example is I love watching the show Below Deck.
Mhm.
I could watch it on linear TV at the scheduled time, Monday night at 9 p.m., but I'm often busy. I don't want to be interrupted. So I might stream it on my device later. And if I'm streaming it onto my connected TV device, then I can watch it on demand whenever I want. I can pause it. I can rewind it. So it's just a different experience. It puts more control in the user's hands.
Right. And that's a compelling perspective too, on CTV's potential, particularly because this medium is clearly opening up new avenues for targeted and engaging advertising, which is great to learn. But what would encourage SMEs who might be hesitant to venture into CTV advertising due to perceived cost or complexity to explore this platform?
Yeah, we have to remember CTV is still in its early days. CPMs, or the cost per thousand, does tend to still be pretty expensive, but you have to realize that we're getting video content that's sight, sound, and motion,
Right.
and a captive audience that's really going to break through the clutter of other advertisers. And it is somewhat complex right now to buy. So it is important to work with an agency partner who can help you kind of navigate the space. There's a lot of different vendors selling the inventory. And as I mentioned, there are some limitations in terms of reporting and measurement. We're buying it based on audience, not program specific. So sometimes there's not that full transparency as to where all of the ads run. But if you work with somebody who has experience working on CTV buys, they can help you navigate the space. And it's a great opportunity to just start learning and being active on this media channel.
Well, your insights into CTV, they're quite eye-opening, Katie. And this platform, there's no doubt that it is offering businesses unique opportunities to connect with their audiences more meaningfully, which is great. Listeners, are you looking to take your marketing efforts to the next level? Remember, in today's fast-paced digital world, staying informed about the latest trends and tech is crucial for your business success. So please keep listening as we delve deeper into the future of digital marketing with our expert, KT. Your next big marketing breakthrough could be just a few minutes away. Now let's look ahead to what the future holds for digital marketing, because as 2025 it has just started, but the digital marketing landscape it will continue to evolve. And interestingly, a recent study found that 82% of companies with 20 to 100 employees felt optimistic about their future outlook, and this optimism is usually or more likely to be fueled by the exciting developments in digital marketing. So, Katie, what are the key trends in the digital marketing realm that small businesses, especially SMEs, should be watching closely as we are approaching, almost the first quarter end?
Yeah. There's been a lot of change happening in the digital marketing landscape. So there's never a dull day, as I say. But some of the hot topics that you need to be aware of is obviously TikTok. There's a chance that I might get banned in the U.S. market, and it's currently under review, and a decision is supposed to be made by January 19th.
Right.
The U.S. government's trying to get them to sell off the business because obviously there's some national security issues with it being owned by a Chinese company, ByteDance. But also Donald Trump is coming into power on January 20th, and he's trying to extend that out. So I think we're going to watch very closely as to what's happening in the U.S. with TikTok. In Canada, they haven't talked about a ban, but they have asked that they close the Canadian office of TikTok, and they're going to still allow consumers to use the app moving forward. But again, once we know the outcome of the U.S., that might change. So I think that'll be one interesting topic to watch. But there's also there's others to watch as well. For example, the impact of AI on search campaigns. Google started rolling out last year their AI overviews, which summarizes a lot of information at the top of the search page that does a really great job of talking about your search query. So there's no longer that need to click through to websites, to scroll down to the page to look at multiple different options. So that'll be really interesting to see what the impact is going to be on search engine marketing moving forward.
Right.
And I think last but not least is there's a lot of government regulation that's been coming through. One of the big ones that came out last year was the digital services tax, which impacts the big tech platforms, and the government was trying to get them to pay for a portion of the sales tax on revenue generated in Canada. Unfortunately, this has meant that a lot of the platforms like Google and Amazon are passing these costs over to Canadian advertisers, which was not the original plan, but something to keep in mind and to watch out for, because especially with our government, with Justin Trudeau quitting his role, a lot of the things are going to be on hold right now. And I know that certain industry partners like the IAB Canada, they've been trying to lobby and fight against this tax because they feel like it will be hurtful to marketers and advertisers, as it will drive up our costs and make our ROI not that effective for our campaigns.
Absolutely. These insights you've shared on the future of digital marketing, they're truly enlightening, Katie. And it's clear that businesses, they need to stay agile, they need to stay informed to really leverage these emerging trends effectively. Listeners, as we explore the future of digital marketing, remember that knowledge is power. Katie's insights are not just predictions, they're roadmaps for your business success. So whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, understanding these trends can give you a competitive edge. So please keep listening, because the next segment could hold the key to your business's digital transformation. We'll be right back with more insights from Katie on the future of digital marketing for SMEs. Please stay tuned for some game-changing strategies.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. Still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, we're in the business of you.
We're here to help you plug in,
connect and recharge,
make an impression,
and meet with confidence.
With 19 brands built for business,
your business gets even more rewarding.
With an award-winning loyalty program at 6,000 IHG hotels and resorts worldwide.
Welcome back, everyone. We're driving back with Katie to explore how businesses can stay ahead in the fast-paced world of digital advertising. Get ready for some cutting edge tips. Now, in our next segment, let's discuss different innovations in digital advertising, because in the digital media advertising landscape, it is known for its rapid evolution. And in fact, AI-powered marketing and automation is expected to be a game changer. With chatbots, with AI tools set to revolutionize customer interactions and marketing strategies, specifically in the year 2025. Katie, you've been in this industry for over 2 decades. How do you keep up with the constant evolution and the emerging innovations in digital media advertising?
Yeah, it's not easy. A lot of the times we have to educate ourselves. There's a lot of really great resources available online. There's certifications that I always try to get my team to stay up to date on that have to be renewed every year. And I always encourage everyone to attend as many webinars and conferences as you can. Learn from your peers as to what they're testing, what their challenges have been, so that when you're ready to start using or exploring or investigating it on your own, you're not starting at ground zero. You can benefit from their learnings.
This is a great approach, and your approach to staying informed and adaptable is truly inspiring, Katie. And it's clear that continuous learning and embracing change are the key to success in pretty much any field. Now let's take a moment to reflect on your journey in the industry, because the digital advertising landscape has undergone a remarkable transformation over the years. And in fact, video marketing is also expected to dominate digital strategies in 2025, with short form content and interactive videos gaining significant traction. We see that over TikTok, over Instagram Reels a lot. Katie, you've shared a fascinating anecdote about your early days in advertising. How has your perspective on digital advertising changed from those experimental days to the sophisticated strategies we see today?
Yeah, it's interesting. When I first started in my career, I was a media planner at a company called Genesis Media, and we specialized in direct response advertising. So that's where we put unique vanity URLs or unique phone numbers and tracked every media that we ran. So I've always been really fascinated with how a campaign performs and how I can justify it within the marketplace. I was very fortunate to work on a lot of technology companies in the early days, and they were the early adopters of what we called internet advertising at the time, which has now kind of evolved into digital advertising. And there was no training. There were no guidebooks on what we had to do. We kind of learned through trial and error. And often we were negotiating internet buys as part of our bigger magazine, newspaper, even TV buys. So it was considered added value, because they were trying to get clients to feel comfortable to start testing out this new media channel. So it's so interesting now to look back at how far it's come in the last 25 years, where now digital accounts for 2/3 of all time spent for consumers in Canada. And I think looking back, we never thought that it would have such an impact and be such a powerhouse media within our Canadian landscape. There's still a lot of opportunity, there's still lots of room for growth. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few years.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, your journey truly encapsulates the incredible evolution of digital advertising, and it's really fascinating to see how far the industry has come, and exciting to imagine where it's heading as well. Now, as we wrap up this enlightening discussion, Katie, I'd like to ask you one final question, which is that looking ahead, what excites you the most about the future of digital advertising, especially for small and medium-sized businesses here in Canada?
There's so much that excites me. I think the opportunity to keep consistently testing and learning about new things. Obviously, CT, I'm very excited about to be able to run a lot more video campaigns on behalf of our clients. There's retail commerce that are coming out where we're actually going to be able to leverage buying data to actually impact our campaigns. We don't exactly know what the impact of AI is going to be, whether it be through analytics, through creative development, through better measurement platforms. So I think that we still have a lot of opportunity for growth within the category.
Right. And thank you so much, Katie, for joining us and for sharing such a wealth of experience and insights with us and with our audience today. I'm sure that your expertise, it has illuminated lots of great potential and possibilities for our audience in the realm of digital advertising. So again, thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
To our listeners, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. We've explored the evolving landscape of digital advertising, from practical tips for SMEs to the future trends shaping the industry. Please remember, in the fast-paced world of digital marketing, staying informed and adaptable is key to success. We'd like to express our gratitude to our partners, RBC, UPS, Constant Contact, IAG, and Google for their continued support in bringing you these valuable insights. For more resources, tips, and inspiring stories to help you on your entrepreneurial journey, visit CanadianSME.ca and subscribe to our newsletter. Until next time, keep innovating, keep learning, and keep growing your business in the digital age. This is Maheen signing off. Thank you for listening.